Hello and welcome to episode 24 of The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, the third. I'm Project Aurora. You can follow me on my Twitch at twitch.tv/Project Aurora. You can also join my community Discord. A little bit of a brief recap of the previous episode. We did complete chapter 5. We had to fight the spider bosses and we got another sealing stone who actually contains Celeste, who is one of Chloe's, or Princess Claudia's, obviously great ancestors. And she was also referenced a decent bit in Trails in the Sky, the second chapter as well. Or Trails in the Sky, second chapter, I think it's called. She was referenced somewhere in there too. But we just released her. Kevin's still out of commission. We're gonna see how that goes. But we're about to, just go ahead and get into chapter 6 now, which I'm really excited. This game has been a lot of fun. I feel like I need to hide my Steam. I don't know how to do it though.
はい、こちら使用協会エメローゼ市礼拝堂。
You've reached the Emerald City Church. How may I help you?
あら、ケビン、あなただったの？
Oh, is that you, Kevin?
まだ到着していないと思ったから、教区長様に伝言をお願いしようと思ったのだけど。
I didn't think you'd be there already, so I was just going to leave a message with the priest.
ってルフィナ姉さんか。
Oh, hey, Rufina.
俺の方は昼前にはこっちに着いてしもたわ。
Yeah, I got here late this morning.
姉さんの方はどうなんや？
How about you? When do you think you'll be getting here?
それが事故があったとかで列車が遅れているみたいなの。
I'm going to be a little late, I'm afraid. There's been an accident or something, so the train's been delayed.
そちらに到着するのは夕方くらいになっちゃうかな。
I probably won't be getting there until this evening now.
そっか。だったらそれまでここで待たせてもらうとするわ。
Gotcha. I'll wait here till you arrive.
俺だけ先に帰ったりしたら、リースやチビたちもがっかりするやろし。
I think Reese and the kids would get all bent out of shape if I showed up without you.
そんなことあるわけないと思うけど。
Oh, please. I'm sure you're just exaggerating.
そういえば、リースの機嫌を直す方法、ちゃんと考えてる？
Although, speaking of Reese, I hope you've been thinking about how you're going to cheer her up.
任せとけって。
I've got it all planned out.
任務で回った各地の名物をどっさり土産に買うてきたわ。
I've been stocking up on souvenirs from every mission I've been going on.
これで機嫌も直してくれるやろ。
Should be enough to snap her out of her funk.
それはどうかしらね。
I wouldn't be so sure if I were you.
あの年頃の女の子ってそう単純にはいかないわよ。
Girls her age are more complex than you think.
そういうもんか？
Yeah?
そういや、あいつも13か。
I guess she's not really a kid anymore now that she's 13, but still.
出会ったばかりの頃の姉さんと同じくらいやないか？
Actually, that's about how old you were when we first met, right?
言われてみればそうね。
Now that you mention it, it was. How time flies.
いけない。そろそろ列車が出るみたい。
Sorry, it looks like the train's about ready to leave. I'm going to have to go.
それじゃあまた後でね。
I'll see you later then, alright?
なんだったら私よりも先に帰ってくれていいから。
If you get bored of waiting, you're welcome to go on home ahead of me, of course.
わかった。また後でな。
Got it. See you later.
そっか。あれから9年になるんか。
Man, how time flies is right. Have I really not been home in 2 years?
そして里帰りは2年ぶり。
I guess that makes 9 since I met Rufina.
リースのやつ、めっちゃ怒ってるやろうな。
I hope Reese isn't too grumpy when we finally get there.
ケビン君。
教区長さん。
What is it, Father?
どないしました？
Has something
そんな
bad
に慌て
happened?
た顔して。
それが
Well,
先ほど町外れで黒ずくめの怪しげな連中を見かけた者がおるそうだ。
I've just received word that someone spotted a group of men dressed in all black at the edge of town.
なんでも山道に向かったとか。
What's worse is they were supposedly heading for the mountain path.
山道って
You
ま
don't
さか。
think?
ああ、おそらくシオンの家だろ
If they were, Astor House must be their target, I fear.
う。何か心当たりはあるかね？
Do you have any idea what could be going on?
いえ、少なくとも騎士団絡みはないと思います。
I wish I did. I doubt it's anything to do with the Gralsritter, at least.
わかりました。とりあえず確認してきますわ。
I think I should go and check it out just in case.
ああ、よろしく頼む。
Please do.
そうだ、ルフィナ君はどうしたのかね？
Oh, do you know when Rufina's going to be arriving? By the way.
列車が遅れてるらしくて、夕方くらいに到着するそうです。
This evening, by the sound of it, she said her train's been delayed.
着いたら局長さんから事情を説明したってください。
When she arrives, can you let her know what happened?
くそ、どこぞの傭兵。
Damn
い
it.
や、両兵団ってやつか。
Jaegers?
気配からして数は5から10。
Seems like there's anywhere between 5 and 10 of them.
しかしなんでまた教会の福音施設なんかに。
What could they want with the gospel facility to begin with?
グズグズしてたらリースやチビたちが危ない。
The longer they're allowed to be in there, the more danger the kids are in.
仕方あらへん。なんとか俺一人で仕掛けるか。
I'm gonna have to try and handle this alone.
叩き込まれた武術と砲術、役立てる時が来たみたいやな。
It's time to put my combat skills to good use. Chapter 6, The Guardian's Trials.
セレスト。それって確か。
Wasn't that the name we saw in those data crystals?
輝く輪を異空間に封印した古代人たちのリーダー的存在。
Oops, I didn't realize I was still on Discord while recording this video. Whoops. Oh well, I don't think it picked up too well. Anyways, that's right. According to those, she was the de facto leader of the group of ancients who sealed away the Oriole.
そしてリベール王家の始祖と呼ばれている人物だね。
She was also the founder of Libero's current royal family.
どうやら私の残した情報がそれなりに役に立ったようですね。
I'm glad to see the information I left behind ended up proving useful to someone.
はい、いろいろと助けられましたけど。
It really did.
あなたがリベールの始祖様。
So then you're really the founder of Libero's royal family.
正確には違います。
Not technically.
私は本物のセレストの影。
I'm not the real Celestial Sleaze. Think of me as something of a shadow.
この影の国に干渉するために再現された人格の一部なのです。
Or a partial copy of her personality created in order to influence Phantasma from within.
再現された人格？
How can you only be a partial copy?
想像以上に複雑な事情とお見受けしました。
The truth behind you is apparently more complicated than we thought.
しかし、どうやらあなたは霊魂の類ではありませんね。
You don't appear to be a spirit of some kind, though. I see that now.
ええ、その通りです。
That is correct.
私のことを説明するには、まずはその前提となる部分をお話しする必要がありそうですね。
Before I try to explain just what
こ
I
の世
am,
界が何であるかについて説明させていただきましょう。
I should probably tell you more about what the world we are in is first.
本当ですか？
You can do that?
面白くなってきたわね。
This should be interesting.
ファンタズマ。
As you are aware, the land in which you stand is called Phantasma.
それは数千年の昔、輝く輪によって構築されたより高位の次元に属する世界です。
This is a world belonging to a higher plane of existence created several thousands of years ago by the Oriole.
輝く輪がリベルアーク市民の膨大な願望、イメージを取り込み、処理するために創造したサブシステム。
Its purpose was to act as a subsystem for the Oriole in order to incorporate and process the will of the Libra Arc's populace.
多様な可能世界を実現すべく自己組織化する世界と言えるでしょう。
One might call it a self-organized world designed to realize countless possible others as necessary. Pardon?
ちょっと待って。
You've lost me.
いきなり話についていけないんですけど。
Yeah, isn't there a simpler way to explain this?
そうですね。
Hmm.
かなり語弊がありますが、よりわかりやすく表現すると、
Well, while not technically correct, perhaps you could think of it this way.
輝く輪が人々の望みを叶えるため作り上げた虚構世界といったところでしょうか。
Phantasma is like a fictitious realm created by the Oriole in order to fulfill humanity's every wish and desire.
それならなんとか。
That's better.
虚構世界。
What exactly qualifies Phantasma as fictitious?
ですが、嘘の世界というにはあまりに現実感がありすぎるような気がするのですが。
I can't help but think it far too real to be a land of pure fantasy.
虚構ではあってもただの嘘ではありません。
When I say fictitious world, I don't mean to suggest that Phantasma is a complete lie.
現実の世界を反映しながらも万華鏡のように変化しうる独自の法則で動く影絵の世界。
It's more like a shadow graph, or kaleidoscope. It has its own laws and can change to reflect countless different possibilities.
そんな風に捉えると分かりやすいかもしれませんね。
Does this make the concept any easier for you to understand?
なるほど。
Somewhat, yes.
まさに影の国か。
And suddenly the name Phantasma seems that much more appropriate.
そしてこの影の国は輝く輪の膨大な処理を助けるサブシステムでもありました。
As I stated previously, it was a subsystem of the Oriole rather than being the Oriole itself, and it helped to grant people's desires.
輪そのものではないがそれと表裏一体にある存在。
They were separate entities, but effectively like two sides of the same coin.
私たち封印機構はその関係に目をつけたのです。
The relationship caught our eye as we were devising the sealing mechanism.
封印機構。
You mean the mechanism used to seal away the Oriole?
輝く輪を封印する計画を立案実行した古代人の組織ですね。
That was also when those data crystals left
そ
behind.
の通りです。
Exactly.
ですが当初輪を封印するという計画は実現不可能だと思われていました。
At first, we thought our plan would be impossible to execute.
空間の絶対支配を行う輪はおよそ人間のあらゆる行動に干渉することができたからです。
After all, the Oriole had absolute control over space itself and was able to influence mankind's every action.
異空間における時間凍結、そして重力結界による間接拘束。
Even after coming upon the idea of temporarily freezing it and imprisoning it with a gravity barrier, we had no way to implement our plans.
二重の封印方法を思いついても実行に移せる契機が見出せない。
Without that, they were simply ideas with no real meaning.
私たちは壁に突き当たりました。
We were effectively at a total loss.
敵の急所は分かったが、そこを狙い撃つ隙がない。
We had discovered your foe's weakness, but had no way to take advantage of it.
そんな状況だったわけですね。
That must have been quite the frustrating predicament.
ええ、
Indeed.
そしてその隙を作るために私たち封印機構が開発したのがレクルスの宝石なのです。
And yet, our perseverance rewarded us with the development of something that could take advantage of that weakness, the Recluse Cube.
これのことですか？
Is that what this is known as?
ええ、それは輪に頼らず直接影の国に干渉できる力を持っている唯一の端末です。
Yes, that is the only object in existence able to interact with Phantasma without relying on the Oriole as an intermediary.
本物のセレストはそれを通じて自らの人格の一部である私を影の国に侵入させました。
So let's use that to create a partial copy of her personality, that is, me, inside Phantasma.
そして私はこの庭園を拠点に影の国全体が機能不全に陥るようさまざまな干渉を仕掛けていったのです。
And once inside, I began working to sabotage Phantasma's functionality by using this garden as my base of operations.
その結果輪の処理能力は一時的に低下し計画を実行できる隙が生まれました。
As a result of my efforts, the Oriole's processing ability was hindered just long enough for the plan to be executed.
なるほど。
今日つき実を制する。
He who catches his foe off guard wins the battle.
武術の断りにも通じる話ですな。
The same principle applies to martial arts too.
すごく綿密な計画だったんですね。
It sounds like you really put a lot of thought into planning everything.
運が良かったのもありますけど。
Maybe, but I can't deny that luck played a part in the
そ
end.
して輝く輪が封印された後、私はこの場所で眠りにつきました。
Once the Oriole was sealed away, my work was done and I fell into a deep sleep here.
いつか輪の封印が解けた時、後世の人々の手助けになるようにと。
My reason being that if the Oriole were ever unsealed, I might be able to provide assistance to the people of that
し
time.
かし、その手助けはどうやら無用だったみたいですね。
I'm pleased you've been able to handle it just fine without my help, however.
それこそ運が良かったのもあるんですけど。
Looks played a huge part for us too, though.
ですが、輝く輪はどこかに消えてしまいました。
We're not even sure where the Oriole is now.
残念ながら、その行方に関しては今のところよく分かっていません。
As far as we're aware, it disappeared during all that happened at the Libra Art.
やはりそうでしたか。
I thought as much.
輪の存在が消えたのはここにいた私にも確認できました。
I was able to confirm the Oriole's disappearance from here within Phantasma too.
これで私の役目は終わった。
When I did so, I thought my purpose for resisting was finally over.
あとは影の国と共に緩やかな消滅に身を委ねるだけ。
And that all that was left for me in this land was to embrace a slow and peaceful destruction.
そんな風に思っていた時のことでした。
But that was not to be.
あの影の王が現れたのは
Soon, the Lord of Phantasma appeared.
なるほど。
So that's when it happened.
いよいよ核心部分ね。
Quite a recent development, I see.
かの者は前触れもなく現れ、庭園にいた私の力を奪いました。
The Lord of Phantasma appeared out of nowhere, stealing all of my power before I was even aware what happened.
そして影の国を好きなように作り変えていったのです。
After doing so, they began to remake Phantasma in accordance to their own designs.
現時点でこの世界を構成している聖層と呼ばれるいくつかの領域、
Both this world's current structure and the planes that make
あ
it
れは
up
すべてかの者が想像したものだと言えるでしょう。
were all the Lord of Phantasma's creations.
レン君の推測通りか。
Looks like your theory was correct, Ren.
しかしそうなると。
Still, that makes it sound like...
そうだぜ。
Yeah.
あの仮面どもの正体はあんたも知らないってことか？
So you don't know who that masked bastard is either then?
残念ながら
I'm afraid not.
閉じられていたこの世界にどうやって侵入したのか、
Their every action thus far has been a mystery.
どうしてあなた方を取り込んで試すようなことをするのか、
Ordinarily, they should not have been able to gain access to this world in the first place.
そのあたりの事情は現時点では私にもわかりません。
And I'm afraid I have no idea what they are trying to achieve by bringing all of you in here and testing you.
参ったわね。
Well, that's a shame.
そこが肝心なところなのに。
Yeah, that's the part we want to know most of all.
そうですね。
I
一
only
つ
wish
言え
I
る
could
と
be
し
of
た
more
ら、
help.
おそらく影の王は第七聖層と呼ばれる領域にいるのではないかと思いま
The
す。
only other thing I can say about them is that I suspect the Lord of Phantasma is currently in the 7th plane. There's a 7th?
どうしてわかるんですか？
What makes you think
かの
that?
者が影の国に現れた時、最初に作った領域だからです。
That was the first plane they created after appearing in this
ど
world.
のような場所であるか、私にも見通せない状況ですが、
Just what kind of a place that plane is, I don't know.
尋常ならざる想念がその場所から影の国全体に行き渡っている気配を感じます。
But I can sense dark and human thoughts from there, and they're spreading out across the whole of Phantasma.
そうなんだ。
That doesn't sound good.
第7っていうことは、次の次ですよね。
Then we'll be seeing them after the next one, won't we?
現在は第5清掃の最終地点に到着しているからね。
Yeah, we just finished the 5th when we came back here.
どうやら対決の時はそう遠くはないかもしれない。
Presuming they're waiting for us on the 7th, the time to fight them head on may not be that far off.
上等だ。
I was getting tired of waiting,
いい感じで終わりが見えてきたようだね。
as was I. It seems the end may finally be in
あ
sight.
とは影の王の狙いが少しでも分かればいいんだが。
Now, if only we had some sort of inkling as to what the Lord of Phantasma is trying to achieve.
それやったら俺に心当たりがありますわ。
Actually, I just might.
あ、
Kevin?
ケビンさん。
You're up!
ケビン神父、
It's good to see
祝
you
賀会
again,
の時以来か
Father.
な。ねえ、 まさかあなたまで取り込まれてたとは思ってもいませんでしたわ。
You too. Wasn't expecting you of all people to get an invitation here.
それにジョーちゃんの方もな。
Or you, for that matter, little lady.
そうね。
I'm sure you weren't.
レン、お兄さんには少し聞きたいことがあったんだけど。
I've got something I want to ask you.
それは後にしてあげるわ。
But I suppose that can wait until later.
すまへんな。
For sure.
ケビン、もう大丈夫なの？
Are you sure you're feeling alright?
な、よく寝たせいか気分爽快、絶好調って感じや。
Right as rain. I'm feeling just great. All that sleep must have done me a lot of good.
しかし俺がくたばってた間に随分と進展があったみたいやな。
And I see you guys made a whole lot of progress while I was out cold too. Yeah.
はじめまして、ケビン・グラハム言います。
Hey, I'm Kevin Graham.
どうやら俺らのことは一通り知っているみたいですね。
Or maybe I don't need to introduce myself since you seem to know a thing or two about everyone who's come in here so far.
ええ。この庭園からリベルアークで起きたことは一通り把握できましたから。
True. I was able to tell what was happening at the Libra Art from the garden.
しかし、どうやら今回の事件に関してはあなたが一番真相に近いようですね。
And out of all the people here, you're the one closest to the truth of what is happening here. Am I wrong? What?
ええ、多分そうやと思います。
No, I don't think you are.
影の国というのがどういうものであるかはともかく、
I can't pretend to be much of an expert on what Phantasma itself is,
影の王については確かに心当たりがありましたわ。
but I've got a pretty good idea as to who's responsible for all of this.
こんな真似をするやつなんて正直他には考えられへんですし。
I can only think of one person twisted enough to put us through all we've been through.
それってケビンさんの知り合いなの？
Wait, is it someone you know?
知り合いというかなんというか、
You could say that, yeah.
一つ言えるんは相当たちの悪いやつってことや。
The short version is, they're a real piece of work.
ずる賢く傲慢で人を人とも思わないような冷血感。
A cunning, arrogant, cold-hearted son of a bitch who doesn't even see people as people.
ま、そんなろくでなしかな。
That about sums up who we're dealing with.
なんだかとんでもないやつみたいだね。
Sounds like a real awful guy.
ズバリ聞くが、それは誰だい？
And who, may I ask, is it that you're talking about?
それなんですけど、
Well, about
そ
that.
の答えはもう少しだけ待っててもらえませんやろか。
Would you be willing to wait just a bit longer for the answer to that one?
確信はあるんですけど、いまいち決め手にかけましてな。
I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I'm still missing one last thing that'll let me be completely certain.
多分次の第六清掃で確実なことが言えると思います。
And I think we'll find out just what that is in the sixth plane.
なるほど、そうきたか。
And here I thought we were finally going to get an answer.
どうやら深い事情がありそうだな。
Is there a reason you can't share your theory as is?
虫のいい頼みなんは分かってます。
Yeah, I realize I'm asking a lot after we've come so far.
せやけど、確信が持てたら必ずお話しすると約束しますわ。
But I promise that as soon as I know for sure, I'll talk.
空の女神と聖杯の紋章にかけて。
I swear on the goddess's name and the church's emblem.
ま、いいんじゃねえか。
Well, I don't see any reason to say no.
そうね。そこまで言うんだったら。
Likewise, he's clearly got his reasons.
ケビンさんが頼み事なんてめったにないような気がしますし。
It's not often you ask us for favors, so I can let it slide.
僕も構わないよ。
No problem here.
私は言うまでもなくかな。
If he says wait, I'll wait.
僕もケビンさんの判断なら信頼できると思います。
I feel as though we can trust your judgment, Kevin, so I have no objections either.
私
Me neither.
も。レンは面白ければどっちでもいいわ。
I don't really care as long as I get to have my fun.
どうやら特に反対の意見はなさそうですね。
I believe we're all in agreement then.
ああ、決まりのようだな。
Yep, consider this one settled.
皆さん。
Thank you.
おおきに。
Thanks,
こ
guys.
こから先はまた俺がみんなを先導させてもらいます。
Anyway, now that I'm up, I'm also down to take lead
改
again.
めてよろしく頼みますわ。
And I'd appreciate it if you backed me up.
よろしくね。
No problem.
話もまとまったようですね。
It seems like you're all ready to move on.
私の方は第七清掃について もう少し調べてみるとしましょう。
While you're advancing through the 6th plane, I'll do all I can on my end to find out more about the 7th.
もちろん今までと同じく宝石や石碑を通じてお手伝いをさせてもらうつもりです。
Of course, if you need my support, I'll be happy to provide it through the cube and monuments as I always have.
そういや、なんや今までいろんなところで助けてくれたみたいですね。
Now that you mention it, we haven't really thanked you for all the help you've given us since we got here, have we?
おおきに。ほんま助かりますわ。
Thanks, Celeste. We couldn't have done this without you.
始祖様、本当にありがとうございます。
We truly are in your debt.
そんなにかしこまらないでください。
Please think nothing of it.
私は影。本物のセレストの人格の一部を再現しただけの存在に過ぎません。
I am but a shadow, placed here with a duty to fulfill.
そしてこれはかつて私に託された使命の続きでもあります。
I believe helping you to be part of that
で
duty.
きる限りの協力をさせてください。
If I may, allow me to help you however I can.
おおきに。よろしく頼みます。
Will do.
リス、いろいろと心配かけてすまへん。
Sorry for worrying you too, Reese.
でも、ここから先はどうか俺に任せてくれ。
But I'm just fine now.
この通り、一生のお願いや。
So please, just leave everything to me. I'm begging you.
一つ約束して。
Only if you promise me one thing.
え？
What is
無
it?
茶をするなとは言わない。
I won't make you promise to not to put yourself in danger or to overdo
でも
it.
姉様を悲しませることだけは絶対にしないって。
But don't do anything that would make Rufina sad.
痛いところついてくるな。
You really know how to hit a guy where it hurts, don't you?
約束できる？
So, will you promise?
ああ、約束する。
Yeah, I
女
promise.
神でも聖杯でもなく。
I swear on her name I
Ne-
won't. Alright, and it's time to get a new party. So Kevin, piercing range, reliable field defense. Alright. Rin is staying in this party, and that's just what it is. Rin doesn't go, and that's just how I feel. Joshua, I'm also rather attached to. Excellence, arts proficiency, Richard. You know, there's a lot of people here that I could use that I just don't really know who I want to use. Tita has nice AoE. Wouldn't hurt to level her up some. I think that I want to go with Joshua. Got the whole squad. 16 party members out. That's crazy. Rin's gonna stay, but I guess I can't have two low stamina people. Do I just run Estelle, Joshua, Ren again? You know, I should try and use some of these other characters. I should indulge some of these other characters that I normally would not get to indulge. Powerful / effective swordsman. Let's try it. You know, we'll try Annalise. And we will try. Well, Ren doesn't go anywhere. Ren stays, and that's just what it is. Like I said, I don't know why I'm such a huge Ren fan, but Child clearly has issues. But I don't know. I'm a fan of this character. Let's go ahead and take off some ornaments off of other people so we can redo some builds. Yeah, whatever. I have the book now, so now I know what to do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save you guys the nightmare that is me putting together builds. And what I will do in the meantime is pause this video here and start it back up once I've got everyone built and good to go from there, so I don't waste a half hour.